The first time I saw Mohammed Kudus play for the Black Stars, I kid you not, I said to myself he was Ghana's best player of all time. People who were close to me that time will remember this. He did not score or assist on that day, but I realized that anytime the ball touched his feet, he did something spectacular. And I was sure I had not seen that level of class with any Ghanaian player in my lifetime. But it is not his footballing talent alone that has impressed me, but his character also. Now, Mohammed Kudus is by no means perfect in my eyes. He can curse, which I don't approve of. And he can express his anger quite viciously, which I don't approve of either. But there are 4 elements in his mindset and personality that make him excellent and unstoppable, which is why I am so sure that he might be remembered as one of the greatest players Ghana has ever had throughout history. The first thing is that Mohammed Kudus, the player many believe is the future captain of the Black Stars, has an unbreakable belief in his ability. Imagine a boy coming from Nima, a slum in Accra, Ghana, not only dreaming of playing in the English Premier League, but actually believing he can do it and working towards that. Now he is there. So when we say it, it sounds normal. But what are the chances, no matter how talented you are, what are the chances that you can one day play in the English Premier League and actually dream of that while you are right here in this Ghana? And what is impressive is that he still carries that mindset. He carries the mindset that he is yet to bring out the best of himself and reach the highest heights.
Been dreaming to play in a league like this since I was a kid, so just taking each day by itself and just following my dream, and then we are here today. But it doesn't stop here. We keep writing history and then keep going. Yeah.
Because of this unbreakable belief, there was a day during AFCON that there was news all over that a prophet had said that that day Mohammed Kudus was going to disgrace himself. Guess what he did that day? He scored a brace, 2 goals. This unbreakable belief makes me sure that he will leave a mark as a legendary Ghanaian football player. So what can we learn from this? Believe that your talent or skill can take you to the highest pinnacle and chase that dream. Now, to make that lesson really sink in, I want to ask you 3 questions. And I actually want you to answer these questions for me. Firstly, what is your greatest talent or skill? Number 2, what is the greatest stage in the world for that talent or skill? Number 3, do you believe that you can be on that stage one day? And don't just say yes. Do you truly believe that? If your answer sincerely is no, then start working on that and start grounding that belief in yourself. Start planting it in your heart, because this is something that really blows my mind. It takes nothing to dream big, but most of us deliberately, intentionally just limit the scope of what we think is possible for us, and it actually limits what is possible for us. So dream that you can be at that highest stage for your skill or your talent and work towards it relentlessly. As for me, I've told you. Number 2, Mohammed Kudus, the player many expect to be crowned Africa's best footballer of the year in the next few years, is constantly looking to grow and change. If you've watched him long enough, you realize that one of the things he used to be known for a lot was turning. It was his trademark. But now he has grown past that because he has learned other things to complement his skill and ways to effectively execute the plans he has in his head without doing that one skill over and over. Also, if you follow this journey very well, one thing you notice is that wherever you put Mohammed Kudus, he will play effectively. Sometimes he even goes back to defend. Put him in a false 9 position and he will deliver. Although he's a natural number 10, put him at the right wing and he will deliver. He adjusts to every situation he finds himself in and gives his best, his very best in every situation. And this will make him unstoppable, and this is why I'm sure that he will etch his name in the history books as one of Ghana's greatest players. Now, what can we learn from this? Never get too used to a routine that you become unwilling to change and improve. You will not believe how many dreams and lives this idea of, oh, this is how I am, or this is how we do it, has destroyed. You should be malleable. You should be willing to change. As Bruce Lee, a legendary martial artist, once said, be like water.
Now you put water into a cup, it becomes the cup. You put water into a bottle, it becomes the bottle. You put it in a teapot, it becomes the teapot. Now water can flow or it can crash. Be water, my friend.
Don't hold on to a certain norm, habit, or a method of doing things to the point where it limits you from making good progress in life. Like Water and Kudus, adjust, learn, grow, and improve constantly. It will make you legendary. As for me, I've told you. By the way, this is Eqay Inspire YouTube channel, and on this channel, what we do is extract crucial life lessons from important life stories. If you're new here, hit the subscribe button below, turn on the notification bell so that whenever we post a new video, you'll get notified. One of the recent videos we shot was about the sensational Kumawood actor Junior Pope, who unfortunately died in a drowning incident. And we extracted crucial life lessons from his story, and you can click right here to watch that video for yourself. Back to the video. Number 3, Mohammed Kudus, the player that Asamoah Gyan described as the landlord of the current era of the Black Stars of Ghana, is so proud of his roots and is intentional about projecting his motherland and background everywhere he goes. He was once asked about his ideal holiday destination. He didn't mention the Maldives, he didn't mention Dubai or Paris. He said it was Ghana, and he said that answer was easy, which creates the impression that it is the obvious choice.
Favorite holiday destination? Favorite place to go to?
Ghana. Easy.
And this will immediately get viewers thinking that, oh wow, so what is it about Ghana that makes it such an obvious destination for holidays? He was promoting his country with that answer. When he was asked who was his favorite musician, his answer was Starboy, a Ghanaian artist, and this projected Starboy and his career to audiences that he never reached. It was a strategic answer from Mohammed Kudus. Again, he was asked about the best player he has ever played with throughout his career. Guess who he picked? Emmanuel Danso, somebody nobody knew. He was a former playmate of his while he was back in Ghana, and this got Emmanuel Danso's name in the trends, and scouts started looking for him. His name is now out there, and he's bound to get a boost in his career because he was mentioned by Mohammed Kudus. This was another strategic answer from Mohammed Kudus to project his background, his hometown, his people.
Who is the best player Mo Kudus has ever played with?
Emmanuel Danso.
Okay.
I played with him way back from Ghana in the academy when I was growing up, you know.
Again, Mohammed Kudus was asked to choose between AFCON or the Champions League. Guess what he chose? AFCON. He didn't give an answer that will impress his employers. He gave an answer that will project his background.
Win AFCON or win the Champions League.
Win the AFCON.
There are many players and people in general who ignore or forget their background when they get a chance to move elsewhere. But Mohammed Kudus is the direct opposite. And because of this, the blessings of his motherland will keep following him. And because of this love for the motherland, which also shows through his contribution in the team when he is in Ghana, he will surely be remembered one day as one of the greatest because his impact will continue being felt for a long time to come. Now, what can we learn from this? Learn to appreciate your home and your background. If you realize that you were born in a place that is underprivileged, don't just seek to leave and ignore or reject it. Rather find ways to project it so that it also receives recognition and development. Maybe that is why God put you there, so that you will eventually bring in the much needed change. So be proud of what you have. Be proud of where you come from. Trust me, nothing is more fulfilling than being a hero or being celebrated as a hero at where you belong. Now, when you go to Nima, Mohammed Kudus has paintings of him, and imagine the kind of fulfillment you already get when he goes there and sees how his people love and cherish him, because the way he projects his hometown onto the map is the way his name is projected onto their heart. The truth is, you can never feel at home anywhere else in this world more than where your home actually is. And rejecting your home, even if it is in a bad condition, is tantamount to rejecting yourself. So don't make that mistake. As for me, I've told you. Number 4, Ghana's star boy Mohammed Kudus is very self-confident, but he doesn't allow this self-confidence to translate into pride. He is very humble. He would never rush to take free kicks or penalties when the chance presents itself. He waits. If it is his turn, he takes it. And one extraordinary thing about him is, even if he does something remarkable and he's been given credit for it, he makes sure that he gives the credit back to the entire team. This humility without timidity is a great principle that only the best of people know and apply. And Mohammed Kudus has this. This character will make him build a formidable and excellent team when he has the chance to be a captain. You watch, because as a leader with this character, he will lead his team or teams to produce remarkable, amazing, spectacular results that will make history. Why? Because he will bring out the best in everyone around him by appreciating their efforts. And by so doing, he will be remembered as one of the greatest players Ghana has ever had, if not the greatest. Now, what can we learn from this? Humility is an upward force in disguise. It takes a very high level of maturity and humility to give credit to others when probably you were the greatest contributor in that success. But if you can cultivate that habit, you realize that you will keep moving from one level to another, and it will make you unstoppable. As for me, I've told you. So that has been it for today. These are the 4 reasons why I believe that Kudus will one day be remembered as one of Ghana's greatest players of all time, if not the greatest. Just to recap the lessons we've learned from his mindset and personality. The first thing was, believe that your talent or skill can take you to the highest place possible for it. That is the highest stage for the expression of that talent or skill. And chase after that dream relentlessly. The second thing, never get too used to a routine that you are unwilling to change from it. Learn, change, constantly improve and grow. Number 3, learn to appreciate and project your background wherever you go. And number 4, remain humble, because humility without timidity is an upward force in disguise. Until I see you again in our next video, remember that life always gives us episodes of chaos and peace. But after each episode, you should pause and ask yourself, what can I learn from this?